Welcome to another episode of the American Beer Review Podcast.
Good times with good friends requires good beer. Lucky for us, we know how to pick all three.
We're a group of friends who grew up in the Pacific Northwest, giving us a jump start on our craft beer journey.
Join us today while Brian... I pride myself on not getting to know other people, so do not put that on me.
Alec.
So the bananas up until like the 60s were an entirely different species of banana.
And Chad. It hit me like a wrecking ball.
Review some beer, talk about beer topics, and whatever else comes up. We invite you to pour yourself a drink and hang out with us.
Okay. Oh. And here we go. Rip Brian.
He's dead to us.
He's dead for the day. Down with some kind of ailment. So we'll persevere.
Is that last year's version, or did you pick up 2024?
No, this is the K-Thanks by 2022. The one I bought last year.
Yeah.
So let's see if I die. Not bad.
Still sounds good?
Yeah.
Still tastes good?
So today, episode 42.
Yeah. Brian refused to be in such a nerdy science fiction themed review and took the day off.
He gave himself food poisoning, so he didn't have to listen to us talk about Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. In addition to, we are going to be having Prairie Artisan Ales, Patches, part of their treat series. We got kind of audibled after we did Drecker's Sour Patch Kids a few episodes ago. We're going to give the Prairie. I tried to find the Prairie Pickle Beer again.
Oh, yeah. So Pickle Monster Brew, perfect.
Yeah, so we settled for this. So you and me get to have that. And then we're going to have the, from Evil Twin Brewing, it's a dunkel. What is it called? Greenhouse
Dunkel, conditioned on American oak fooders.
There we go. And that's what
we'll start today with.
This intrepid duo, we're going to attempt to give you an idea of how we fridge these. Or, no, we're not going to whatever metric we choose today.
Yeah, we're just going to spin the wheel.
We're going to wing it.
So Greenhouse Dunkel, conditioned on American oak fooder. 5.5%, similar to a Schwartz beer. This traditional style has lighter body with a touch of sweetness, notes of nutty toffee, and roasted malts. And that's about as much as we're going to dive into this one. We did have previously, we were talking about it pre-episode, another Evil Twins Brewing beer. They're based out of Queens, New York, and we were trying to figure out which one of theirs we had before. It would take about a half second to review our episode list, but
I re-listened to the Prairie one this morning.
Okay.
I did not grab the Evil Twin again, but sorry guys.
Yeah, so we don't know.
But today's a new day.
We obviously liked it well enough to bring in another one and a Tavour drop all the way from New York. And we've had a string of beers from New York over the last month or so.
You got to play the hand you're dealt. Obviously, there is a demand for it, and the customer is always right in terms of taste. I think was the original.
Yeah,
if the customer wants it, they'll buy it. Not they can be a dick to you.
Right.
Oh, I like this. Oh, that's nice.
And here's where, if Brian listened to the pod, would be chewing us out for not explaining what a dunkel is and the finer notes of this, but I think this is nice.
Dunkel is German for dark.
This isn't dark.
It's probably darker than what it was supposed to. I think was it a lager? Typically, dunkels are darker from what I remember. But obviously, going on those oak fooders, that's not a real word. Going on those fooders, you're gonna get some of those tannins from the oak. But it's kind of apple juicy on the nose.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say, it almost looks apple juicy in the color.
Yeah,
Like a filtered apple juice?
Yeah, not a whole ton of bubbles coming up.
Mm-mm.
Very thin head. But that's a great sip. It's a little bit of that oak comes through. You get a little bit of that tannin bite. But it's clean finish. I'm not getting some dunkels I've had in the past, a little too much that sugary feel.
Yeah.
Kind of coats your mouth, but this nice and clean. It's
just that touch of sweetness.
Yeah.
It's like that little bit of, I won't even go a full toffee flavor, but just a little bit of sweetness kind of on the finish, but then not even on the finish, in the body, and then still kind of a crisp
I'm getting
finish.
Also, Brian's not here, so I can go. It's got a slight ESB kind of bite at the end. A little bit of the hops at the end.
A little bit, yeah.
We're just going to sit and drink beer the entire time.
Yeah, so
it is a beer podcast.
So it is technically a lager.
Yeah.
So it's, for a lager, it's a little dark. It's pretty tasty. 5.5%.
We also did just do that dark beer episode.
Oh, right.
And we've been coming out of winter, and everything you've had is
super dark,
super heavy body. This is kind of a nice transition to spring.
Hopefully.
It feels like.
Fingers crossed. I didn't pay attention. That groundhog see its shadow?
Yes, he did.
That's bad.
Oh, no. He did not see it, so spring's going to show up early this year.
There we go.
So that's why it's sunny today.
Yeah. No,
Fingers crossed. But we've also been getting shit on with rain and whatnot.
it's been terrible. We're actually seeing lighter than down California and the rest of the West Coast. It's just
Yeah, we're watching last night's Clash at the Coliseum, which was supposed to be today, but they moved it because of potentially
Monsoon,
eight inches of rain in the Coliseum. I think they had it, what was it? Earlier this week, they were showing it rained enough that the track was basically a pool, and it's not designed for drainage, so they're just running the jet dryers around the track continuously, try to get just evaporate the water instead of because it couldn't drain anymore.
Yeah, we were in California, my family and I, just a couple weeks ago during like the precursor of all of this storms, and there's just no infrastructure for this much rain. My brother's condo, 3 stories down, there was water coming out of the drains in the parking garage.
Jesus.
And walking around, like, these sidewalks are flooding.
So it was like a Vogon construction fleet was coming in, and the world was ending.
They're going to take out the planet.
Yeah.
Got to build a international highway or an interstellar highway.
Yeah, interstellar highway. Yeah. You got to blow up the Earth. Sorry.
Got to make room.
But if I was going to have a pint with my alien friend
in your towel,
Ford Perfect, couple pints before you get a hitchhiker ride on the Vogon construction fleet, I would have a couple pints of this. Tasty Dunkel.
This goes down pretty easy.
This,
You have thoughts?
That's what she said. No, this is just it's like what you said. This is a very easy lager, but it's got some more flavor to it than you usually get. On Tavour, they did say crushable in their description for it, and it's crushable at a 5.5.
Yeah. In a pint glass, I mean, this would be easy knockback.
And I could probably drink these all night. I think.
Yeah.
It feels that on the second taster, more of that kind of oak tanninish is building. So maybe I might cap it at 2 pints, but
So this would be my fallback. We've had on the pod at least one Evil Twin. We've had a couple on or off. So I wouldn't want to, because it's not local to us, I wouldn't shoehorn myself into just this one. No. But I would try something different. I'll fall back to this. Try something a little bit more out there, and then have a fallback.
Yeah, and they do. So this greenhouse is a series they have.
Okay.
and there's a few more popping up. So I think I will grab probably throw a few more in my Tavour Crate for a later date.
Yeah. Is that
when we get all three in here? But it's one of the nice priced ones. So
is it a lager series? Or
I
just like a
want.
barrel?
I didn't look that far into it, but there's like greenhouse, aged on American oak voter, like 3 or 4 different labels. I didn't read if they're all
Barrel
lager
aged or whatever.
I assume they're all aged on the oak voters, but I don't know if it's they've got a dunkel, a stout. I didn't go that far into it.
No show prep then, huh?
No, I don't do show prep. I just this is my show prep.
Right.
This is my show prep. I make
Plus
sure
all of the beers.
make sure I showered before you guys show up. Yeah.
That Tavour sponsorship come through yet?
Trying our damnedest. Trying our damnedest. Tavour. We love your program here. Love getting it. It's a nice way to get tasty beer from way outside of your normal orbit. Yes, we have Pigs and Pints and some other great bottle shops around us, but sometimes when I get home from work, I don't want to
Drive back out.
make a drive, make that trip, walk around, see what's there. It's just nice to be able to scroll on your phone. Hey, I'm going to put it, I know my crate, you can schedule the crate out. So I'll schedule a crate out 6 weeks from now and just keep putting beer every week, put more beer.
Well, we're the first generation that shops online primarily.
Yes.
I would rather shop online in the comfort of my own home and make sure everything. And my wife too. She'll do online pickups. You still have to drive to the store, but you've already done all your shopping. Versus sitting in not just a bottle shop, but any store and looking at price tags and sizes and everything. I'd rather just do the homework ahead of time in the comfort of my own home, and then and also doing this, then I can try out different breweries. So when I'm at that bottle shop, you're not just
I've had Evil Twin before. I've had a Prairie Ales. I've had a Drecker. I've had all these beers that do make it in here because they have a national presence. Obviously, they're getting themselves on Tavour because Tavour is kind of a tastemaker. I mean, they're
curating.
They're curating everything on there, so you're getting stuff that's good. Everything Untapped is like everything on Tavour is like 4 stars and up.
Super highly rated.
Yeah. But anyways.
Yeah, you got a topic for the day, or are we going to move on to the next beer?
I don't know. We're just kind of winging it.
We had a game set up for today, but we're going to save it for when we have all three of us.
Yeah, we'll
why not
tease it? So this was episode 42, and what I did is I prepped a list of every beer we've gotten off Tavour since we restarted this thing. But capped it, you had $42 to spend, and we're playing money beer. Obviously, Brian's not here. We don't want to rip the Band-Aid off until we can all be here. So that will be probably next mainline episode.
Yeah, we got.
We'll see. We got
a few weeks from now.
Yeah, we kind of scheduled all our beer out, so now I got to play. I had another Tavour Crate show up, so there's another 10 beers in the beer fridge that I have to schedule.
We may have another special episode between now and then too.
Yes, we might have another special episode.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So we'll move on. There's still
actually that special episode will air before people see it, so doesn't matter.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. We already had a special episode.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah. We went to Iron Horse for Valentine's Day. So moving on to the Prairie Artisan Ales, we'll do our new review metrics at the end on both of these.
While I pour this, we can go through Dunkel.
We'll do it at the end. That way, the folks watching on YouTube, they can just go to one.
Oh, there they go.
I
they
can
have to
just
stick around to the end.
Yeah, you can go to the end and hear us give our ratings for both of these tasty beers.
Tell you what, if you like and subscribe, I'll tell you right now.
And that's where I'll put the text. I'll put the text right there. Post-production.
All right, so our second Sour Patch themed drink. This one is Sour fans with a sweet tooth can feel like a kid again with a sour gummy candy packed concoction from Prairie, one of Thrillist's best breweries in the company. This tangy treat brims with massive Sour Patch Kids vibes. A tart blend of lemon, lime, and orange notes tantalize your taste buds with electric candy tones. A tropically tinged pineapple nuance gives the sip an island bent, providing the gulp with a sweet finish.
Yeah, that's Sour Patch Kids. Oh, that
I haven't taken a sip yet. More so or less than the last one we had.
I kind of like this one better.
Because the last one was with, like, trademark Sour Patch Kids.
Yes. But this one has, I believe this one has yellow number 5. Like the spicy pickle beer.
I think so.
It's on the front of the can, yes.
Yep, certified colors and FD&C yellow
I
number
think that
5.
I think that's the U word for it. You gotta have the you gotta have the proper coloring in it. But if you poured this and told me it was a lager, I'd believe you.
I would.
Very straw.
I would.
It's not like the Drecker looked like pureed Sour Patch Kids.
Well, because that was not a smoothie. Was it a smoothie?
Yeah, it was a smoothie style, so yes, they had to be thick,
Lot thicker.
but it was kind of a off pink color. This is
But if you saw a
straw.
pint of this, you would not even think sour necessarily.
I appreciate this because you could have your Sour Patch Kids beer and not look like a
Child?
yes. Put it in a sippy cup for you.
Oh man, you know what? I like Drecker. This is I think I agree with you.
It plays better without the thickness.
That's where I was going to go.
Yeah.
And I was trying to pin down what the difference is between this one and the Dreckers, because the Drecker was definitely a Sour Patchy. This one leaves more of a Sour Patch Kids mouthfeel. Because you don't have... Sour Patch Kids aren't... they're chewy, but chunky. You swallow it, they're gone.
Yeah. Or if you put a wad of them in and you just let them melt away in there. Yeah.
Are you gumming Sour Patch Kids? Is that what's going on?
If you only can have 100 calories worth, yeah, you got to make them last, dude. It's called a coping strategy.
Yeah, it's a subtle sour. You get more of the sweet.
This is just like, so this is same, obviously not the same flavors as spicy pickle beer, but I did the re-listen, and my one comment was they dialed the pickle in perfectly.
Yeah.
Because they could have gone way over the top and just, oh, haha, it's spicy pickle. They could have done it with this too, this over the top. But this is subtle. It's just like a good sour.
Because I would take more than just a flight sample of this. This would be something I'd go in and order a pint.
A pint or a couple 8 ounces, maybe, in between beers. I don't know how this would stack. I'm not going to attempt that. I'm going to keep the second can for Brian when he returns.
Yes.
He can do a little homework, do a little review himself.
Because I'm pretty sure with the pickle beer, any pickle is too much pickle.
Yes.
For him versus this.
This is
more
these
in
are
his
safer,
speed.
And I think these are safer this is I say it a lot about a lot of sours, but I think this is a really good gateway sour as well. It's kind of fun. This would be fun to take to a party. Hey, have you ever had a sour beer?
Right.
Here's one that tastes like Sour Patch Kids. Oh, I know what Sour Patch Kids taste like. But then you could slide somebody into Berliner Weiss or some kind of other, a kettle sour.
Mm-hmm.
Something, switch them over to a raspberry sour. Like that Lucky Envelope raspberry sour.
It was fantastic.
We got to have
I think it's on my spoiler. I think it's on my $42 list.
Nice. I'm glad you put it on there because I had to make some sacrifices on mine. Like I did my list and I was like, I feel really good about that, and then I was $20 over. And I was like, oh, I don't feel really good about that. So I had to make some very tough decisions.
The only caveats when we get to the list is those are Tavour beers.
Yeah.
So it cuts out the Iron Horses, the Black Ravens.
Yes.
A lot of our local guys.
Just because I didn't keep those receipts.
Well, and it was
And
kind of, we're putting together a box. We can go and get those.
yeah, we're putting together a crate of 6 beers.
But there was some hard decisions. And at one point I had like 4 sours on mine. I'm going, well, I got to mix it up a little bit.
Me too. Yeah, I was like, I can't. I got to make this a good representation of everything we've had.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised with usually how my brain works. I was shocked when I was going through these beers. Like, oh yeah, I remember what it tasted like. I remember.
It does, yeah.
Without even having to go back to the episodes.
There was only a couple where it was a coin flip, and I was like, what did I say about this one versus the other?
Because somebody's going to go through the receipts and go, "Oh, you said this one wasn't as good as that one."
Yeah. But for the most part, yeah, no, it was like each of them. I'm going, oh, but I like that one. Ooh, but I like that one. Ooh, but I like that one. And there's only 6, and it does stack up quick when you're Tavoring them in. But all fantastic beers. So, which one of these are you going to order first at the restaurant at the end of the universe?
If I'm at the restaurant at the end of the universe, I think I got to go with the Prairie first. I think the Prairie fits into the universe of Douglas Adams made. I think all their can art and everything. I'll have the Evil Twin on when we're on the what's the spaceship name? Heart of.
It's been a while. It's been too long. I can look it up.
I when we end up on a jungle planet or something, I'll have the greenhouse dunkel.
Okay.
Yeah. I think there's a spot for both of them. Also, this was the one that went to the fabled Mexico trip where I came back with the sombrero.
The sombrero and the broken foot?
I came back with a broken ankle, a sombrero, and this book were the only thing in my carry-ons.
Heart of Gold.
Heart of Gold.
You were right there.
Yeah, so I'd have the dunkel on the bridge of the Heart of Gold. The Henson movie version, not the British miniseries one. Much sleeker in the one with
Mos Def.
Yeah, Mos Def.
And the Hobbit
guy, and Zooey Deschanel.
There you go.
Yes.
It was a lot tighter. I mean, and part of that's just being American.
But they also went and pulled bits from all the books.
They condensed a lot of it, and they were making a single movie.
And I was sad for years that they never made a follow up. And then last night when I was doing the research on everything, because there was a character that I had stuck in my head, like I wanted to bring it up for the podcast, but I could not find existence of said character anywhere. It was like some they meet some mob boss or guys serving a death, like he's in prison, but he's like, he's dead he's doing a 30-year prison sentence, so he's dead for 30 years, and he's just got his lackeys carrying his body around until they make him. Yeah. I couldn't find his name anywhere, but I specifically remembered it being Restaurant of the Universe, at the end of the universe, kind of area.
Second book. My favorite is I forget which machine.
That Zaphod goes in and learn that he's the center. Yeah.
And it's supposed to just demoralize you because it shows you how insignificant you are in terms of the whole universe. And he's president of whatever, the universe. But because of whatever quirk that's in a sub-universe where it was created for him, he goes in and he finds out that the entire universe revolves around him and comes out going, perfect. This is awesome.
Yeah. This affirms everything I knew about myself. Awesome. And then there was somebody it was like somebody who wanted to see his mind destroyed.
Yeah.
And he comes walking out. They're like, how do you feel? I feel great.
This is fantastic.
Like, damn it. The other favorite character, I forget his name, but he's like a immortal being. And his one task is to go around and insult every living being in the universe.
Oh, one by one. Yeah.
Yeah. And he hits Arthur Dent twice.
Nice.
That was my favorite. But it was like, but one he was like prehistoric, whatever. I mean, it's like Dune.
Oh, you can stop after a little bit.
You can get through the first 2 books, and then that's kind of the problem when you make a universe that is filled most of it's satire. It's
Oh, yeah.
totally satire. But at a certain point, you went, well, here's the first 2 books. Here's all the crazy shit we did in the books. If you just keep doing the crazy shit the same as that, it goes flat. So you just have to, well, we're going to get weirder and weirder and weirder and weirder.
Yeah, one of my others was Arthur learns how to fly
Yes.
because he just forgets about gravity.
Yes.
And he's like, totally in satire, you just forget that gravity's a thing, and then you can fly around. And he spends a book where he just
Flies around everywhere.
can fly around everywhere. And then I think I told you I finished it. Like the series comes full circle
Oh, yeah.
at the end.
Yeah.
It finally makes it back to Earth as it's being, spoiler alert for a 40-year-old book, as it's being destroyed to make room for the interstellar highway.
I like the way they did. So going back to the Mos Def movie with they did the Jim Henson Muppets for all the characters.
Practical
Great
effects.
still holds up today. But I like what they did. It's all in one. You hit all the crazy stuff. They made it just modern enough because it is a 40-year-old book, and a lot of the kind of jokes and the satire doesn't hit the same
they're
today.
very timely,
Yeah, it's very niche. Our favorite word here at ABR Live. Are
we going with?
I would like to touch on the beer spas.
Oh,
brought
yes,
that up.
I saw that. I saw that. I think I posted it.
You posted it, yes. But it's not. I was sad, not sad because it would be super expensive. It was actual full octane beer. It's just it's hot water and we make beer tea.
Yeah,
We put barley and wine, which makes sense because
you know how expensive it would be even for a light beer to fill up
40 gallons at a time.
Yeah.
I was
But
like,
some of them
"Man."
were like full on hot tubs. So you're talking like 100 gallons of beer.
And I was like, so are they? It's 100 gallons of beer. Are they just? It's got alcohol in it. We can just swap it out every week. It's like I don't want to go somewhere where
And I'm not drinking it. I would drink it.
I would try to drink it. Yeah.
But they serve you beers
Yeah,
while you're
that's
there.
good.
So
That's
it's not
good
like
enough.
it's a
They probably started doing that. They're like, please don't drink the pool water. Just drink this, please.
Well, how disappointed would you be to go to a beer spa and they go, well, there's no beer here. This is a spa. You're supposed to relax and recharge. So alcohol kind of defeats the purpose. You're like, but it's a beer spa.
That would make sense. Because according to my Whoop, yes, I should not drink beer.
But it's a beer spa. It's literally the thing that brought me in the door. No, yeah, you're going to take a beer shower and soak in a beer hot tub and have a couple beers and I don't know. What would you put?
So a shower beer squared. What we're talking here?
Yeah, maybe a couple like lemon wedges on your eyes. You're in a Hefeweizen hot tub.
Yeah, why not?
It's good for the skin.
A little suffering is good. A little controlled suffering. That'd be interesting to see if that. I wonder if Drecker's going to make a beer spa.
They may already have one.
Drecker, could you have a beer spa for when we get there?
I mean, but I don't want to.
But our brewery's going to big enough, mature enough, because there's a lot of.
If you've got a hotel attached,
Yeah, there's a lot. 10 pin, whatnot. Is that the next thing? Like you see these breweries that have been around since the original boom, who have grown and matured and like very successful, so they can expand into the Drecker Brewhalla, Iron Horse. They've got their new kind of new space that they've built out into that we're going to see last week. Do you start seeing them getting to more hospitality? Go to a hotel, and then it's the Drecker beer spa. Go soak in a vat of chunk mango marshmallow smoothie sour.
Start getting to the amusement park type thing where it's like an all-in-one. You go to Legoland, you go to Disney, you're staying at the park, you're going to the whatever, but now you're going to the brewery's hotel. You're going to the brewery. What else do we have there? Well, we got a spa. And it's going to be a beer-themed spa because you're at a brewery. I'm definitely not bathing in chonk, though.
Maybe like just a a chunk
Oh, a
mango
chunk face mask?
Yeah, a nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
I would take
A
that.
little bit of clay in there. Oh yeah. But we're the target market because we were
Already on the fence, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, back in 2014, like kind of when this new craft boom was, we were late 20s, still kind of
Feeling things out.
filling things out. Don't have a lot of free money to spend, and if we were, it was on
Cheaper.
two for Coors Light nights at the
Right.
bars and whatnot. And now we're getting up there in age, and we have a little bit more scratch.
Little
And
disposable income
Yeah.
to spend on something. And if I can trick my wife into telling her that there's going to be a spa
hey, babe, we're
at
going
this
to-
resort that we're staying at.
you're gonna smell like an IPA when we're done.
Oh, man, if you could do
That-
like a beer waterfall. I'm thinking like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory style.
Oh yeah, do a little Gustav action. Go swim in the pool.
Oh.
Go swim in the lake. Get sucked up into the machinery. Yeah.
No. That is not. You've tainted the beer.
Oh no, Gustav, no. No. I like the way Gene played it, and I was like, oh no, don't do that. No. Oh darn.
Mm-hmm.
He was never disappointed when a child was horribly maimed in his chocolate factory.
No.
I haven't seen the new Chemala.
I was going to say,
Chemalem Ding Dong one.
I haven't seen that one either.
Sounds like it. I don't think it had quite the magic, but the Dune 2 Part 2 trailer came out.
Came out.
Nerd
and
alert.
I think it's,
Nerd alert.
well, and it's on, I think, Netflix, the part 1. So you can get caught back up.
I may have been like watching parts and pieces of it every week.
I'm going to wait because I think it comes out in March.
Yes.
So a few weeks,
I believe so.
or so from now. If anybody does a doubleheader, I would be more than inclined to go watch them back to back on the big screen.
The early kind of inside baseball folks who have seen it, Christopher Nolan, him and Villeneuve are BFFs.
Okay.
I think Nolan said this is his Empire Strikes Back.
He's going to do a third. He's going to cover Messiah in Dune 3.
And then he said he's done. He doesn't want to do any of it. And it was like, oh, perfect.
Well,
Perfect. Because you can't.
Hitchhiker's Guide goes off the rails after book 2 or 3, but still good. But gets just weirder and weirder. Dune after Messiah goes absolutely bonkers.
But in Messiah, doesn't he still become the worm? Does he
No,
become? He doesn't become the worm god in Messiah.
That's his son.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
So this is, anyway, spoilers, but yeah, he becomes the emperor and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, if Brian was here, he'd be rolling it. His eyes would have rolled in the back of his head at speed of light.
Paul becomes the emperor, and that whole arc is Messiah. It's after that, and God
thank
Emperor
God.
Dune is when Leto, or whatever, Leto Jr.
Yeah.
turns into...
That's when it gets weird.
Yeah. He may start that transition in Messiah, but it's not the main point.
If he could surprise everyone and kind of do
Just
that,
hint at it?
do that in third, just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Just, oh,
Psych!
worm god. What? But yes, I'm very excited because I like the way Villeneuve does big. It feels everything feels big.
It feels epic.
I wonder if he'd do Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy
Because
because it's a story about it's big. Everything's about the universe. Like universe is unimaginably giant.
yeah, the meaning of the life universe and everything is revealed in the book.
But it's like, dude, it's just this giant universe, but you're telling this story that's very close to the best. You're just following one or two people in, but they're having these universe
Spanning arcs,
wide. Yeah. That's the tired guy from England in his pajamas.
For the entire series.
Yeah. And because like the way they played it in the movie, it felt like it was just like he's been on a 2-day bender. The entire time. The most deaf version of it.
Yeah.
It was like, oh man, I had a rough Friday.
Yeah.
Wake up Saturday. Well, the world's blowing up. Let's go. Let's go down to the pub, have a couple pints, and then go on this adventure. And then Monday morning, he's got to go back to work because everything's back to normal. That's what that movie felt like. The way they did it, it was like, okay.
Yeah.
Because they didn't do...
because they rebuilt.
Yeah, they rebuilt the
Earth.
They magically rebuilt the Earth as it was
Yeah.
instead of this. Oh no, you're back on Earth, but it's prehistoric times because we have to restart this computing process.
Well, they just tightened it up to fit into one movie.
I think we've lost half the people by
Probably.
now. Yeah.
So are we doing ranking styles? We did one over the other.
Oh,
We're
no,
having it first.
Just kind of pick a metric that you're feeling right now. So the Evil Twin, Dunkel, aged on American oak fooders.
Evil Twin is going to be more of a go-to for me, just because it's lager, it's easier to drink. I'd give it 4. Not an everyday, but for like walking in, having a pint or 2 without really feeling in the mood for something wild, I'd give it 4 greenhouse dunkels out of 5.
Nice. I'm gonna go same vein as you. It's not an everyday drinker, but this is one that I can't describe it, but like sometimes you get home from work and it's like that is a flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go for an ESB where there's a lot of body there.
Yeah.
Maybe the sun's out, maybe it's a little warmer. We had this little warm streak. That is a nice, reminds me of ESB, even though it's a lager. I love what they did putting on the oak. I can't wait to try more in this series. I'm gonna go 4.2 out of 5 Arthur Dents.
There you go. Then Prairie's patches. You got to be in the mood for it.
Yeah.
Yep. Very good. This is I think this is like a pinter in the pub. Going to the bar. So if you're out in public, this is something I would do a full pint. This wouldn't necessarily be a flighter, but this would be something. Yeah, I'm going to start off with something a little bit weird.
Yeah. Kind of brighten the mood, brighten the day.
Yeah.
Hey, we got to get the night started or something.
So if I'm in the mood for it, I think it's a 4-5.
Okay.
Patches on an but it falls in less rotation.
Yeah.
I'm not having this once a week.
No. I would have this. I would have patches. Halloween.
Do another one of those like we did with the Dreckers.
It'd be kind of I could see it. Halloween, obviously, candy. Maybe a 4th of July or some kind of summertime party.
Yeah.
This is kind of a nice little, instead of, hey, I don't want to have a Coke with my barbecued hot dog.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just have patches. Get the same amount of calories, but have of that.
I didn't even look at that.
Yeah. Nah, don't worry about it. They don't put it on the cans.
And it'd be interesting. I don't know how the sugars would hit you. Would be the only other drawback. I mean, I wouldn't have.
It didn't feel over the top sugary. Mm-hmm. It felt very clean and finished, like a fairly dry for the amount of flavor you're getting going in. If you like, it was way drier than I would have thought if you said, "Oh, this is Sour Patch Kids beer."
Yeah. Sour Patch Kids, beer, not a Sour Patch Kids beer.
I don't want to get anybody in registered trademark issues.
So I'm just saying it's not a kids beer.
No.
It's a Sour Patch Kids beer.
When do people start making NA beer? No, they can never do that. We can't. They got rid of Joe Camel years ago. We can't start making NA beer for kids.
But isn't that what Mountain Dew and Monster are right now?
Oh God, yeah. I'm gonna give Patches 4 out of 5 Fort Perfects.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's if you can find it, if you see it at your local bottle shop, grab it, stash it away for a little tasty treat.
Yep. Anything from Prairie is worth grabbing. They got a bunch of fun beers. I would drink this more often than the Spicy Pickle Monster.
Even though I like pickles
I
and I
do-
professed it, yes, that is because it's more like a everyday sour.
It's
It's almost an everyday
approachable.
sour.
Yeah. You're not throwing too much crazy at it, which they have a lot that throws crazy at it.
And you don't have to roll it.
You do not have to roll it, which makes it easily coolerable.
And you can tell your child just to go grab it for you. They don't have to do any special prep.
You're right.
Just grab it.
It's going to be an easy one to pick out of the fridge. So it's the one with the kid on the front getting a wedgie.
You'll see it. You probably saw it here somewhere in the screen earlier.
No, we'll
Post-production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chad will catch it in post. All right. Cool. I think that's all we got, right?
We did it.
We did it.
We did it.
We don't even need the guy. We didn't know what a...
JK.
we didn't even know what a dunkel was. But... All right.
A few more beers, I'll be a drunkel.
All right. Our glasses are empty. Hopefully yours are too. And we will catch you next time.
We out.
If you've enjoyed what you just heard, make sure you subscribe to get new episodes when they drop, and don't forget to leave us a review. If you want to see what we're drinking when we're not on the pod, you can follow us on social media at A Beer Review. Feel free to send us any beer suggestions that we can make Chad go buy off of Tavour.